How has it been to be associated with Serendipity Arts Festival?
Well, I think it's been a very exciting journey, and it's a journey that started almost a year ago and now coming together in very many ways. I think what's interesting is that there's so many different kinds of things happening, which means that we get to experience almost every room in a different way during the thing. So, I mean, I'm looking at it from one person who's been part of it and also as a spectator. So it's been it's quite extraordinary journey, and I think it's a very ambitious festival, which is why it makes it special.
What was the vision when you were responsible for leading an art form? You definitely had a vision in mind, and you wanted to take it somewhere. So in the last 7-8 days, or even before that, where has it gone? How has it been achieved?
Well, I think that visions are kind of not achieved. I think they let open things, and they make things possible as thinking, possibilities. So we were hoping that the theatre section would give us an opportunity to think about livelihood, to think about dying forms, to think about also what is considered high art, low art, all these conversations. So I think those conversations have begun, and that's an achievement, that conversation should be beginning.
Talatam adapts Tempest. Any specific reason that Tempest was selected for?
Well, I think Tempest has a very varied history, and from its readings, it's been read as a text that can possibly comment on colonialism. It can be about land rights and those things. And then it's a fantasy text. And circus is a huge amount of fantasy and skill and magic, which is produced right out there. There's no illusion. And what is wonderful is that, like juggling and magic and this kind of thing, as the circus has progressed, has become more technologically done. In Indian circuses, it's still hand done, and that's wonderful. So that's the reason the circus is there. And then the other reason, Tempest, as I said, both fantasy and...
We saw Talatam yesterday, and we saw a few breathtaking acts, like those knives going inside, the fire. Since you work with these artists very closely, what do you think? What drives them to do it? Because surely, do they know the larger cause of art, or is it just their own little passion that they're pursuing with performing?
Well, it's a very interesting question you're asking. I think circus, much more than any other theatre form, let's say, is both about a lot of individual daring, bravery, risk-taking, but it's also completely to do with trust. For instance, trapeze wouldn't happen if there was not a total trust between the two dancers, between the pulley puller and the ring puller, or even the person who holds the knives and gives it. So it's an odd mixture, but I think it is about extreme skill.